right? So what I would do is I would just pick how many unflip Amu. So all you need to do is just remember that the first several stitches and the same amount of last stitches are going to be your garter stitch. So yes, you're going to be knitting. So, okay. So this is all knit. Every row is knit. You're not going to purl at all on this first section. So when you get here, you're say that your edge is going to be 10 stitches. Okay. I'm just throwing a number out there. You may want a bigger border. So your first 10 stitches are always going to be knit. And then your last 10 stitches are always going to be knit. So on the right side row in the center, so you're going to knit 10, knit whatever amount, say it's 30, is a very tiny blanket. So you're going to knit 10, knit 30, knit 10. On the next row, on the back side, I did 2 inches if that helps. Okay, so on the next side, you're going to, again, knit the 10 stitches, and then this time purl the second stitches. You could put markers. You can put markers to mark off that border section. So the 2 inches, okay, so 2 inches, the first 2 inches, you're going to knit always. And the last 2 inches, you're going to knit always. But take little markers, like a stitch marker or a paper clip or a safety pin, and just have it attached. Use it to mark off your sections. So that you know this first batch of stitches and that last batch of stitches, you're always going to knit. And then if you're not sure, because you haven't been, you're new to knitting, right, Jem? You were originally a crocheter? I could be forgetting, because we were in Casmer's stream when we talked about this. So what you could do is also to keep track of what the front of your blanket, you can put a safety pin or something attached to the front to show this is where I'm always going to knit. Got it. I thought it wasn't, I thought so, but I wasn't positive. And yes, I'm new to knitting. I'm more familiar with crochet. Okay. Yeah. So I would grab either like 3 safety pins. I have ones that are kind of, well, here's like, yeah. So I would use this, if you don't have a stitch marker, if you have one, better. That's like awesome. Frost, I hope you are also paying attention. We're going to quiz you. Yeah, Frost. So what I would do, Jem, pretend this is your blanket. So how, like this. Okay, so I have this marker right here just hanging on. Like, don't pay attention to like where it is. It could be in the middle of your blanket. This is going to mark the front. This is forever going to be the front of my. I apologize if I derailed your stream. I don't know where else. No, Jem. This is the reason why I do these streams. No, this is totally fine. And if I couldn't help you, someone else could. No, this is totally fine. So I would use one safety pin. Just clip it to the front of your blanket. This is, you're going to know that way, you know, every single stitch is going to be knitted on that row. When you see this facing you, you know you're going to be knitting every single row. On the other side, just so you can keep track, what I would do is, okay, so I got a purl in this row. So what I would do is, so say for 2 inches, you're going to knit for 2 inches. And so that you know where you have to purl, take a safety pin. If you don't have, What do I do there? Take a safety pin and then just put it on your needle and just keep it there. And that you're going to know is going to be where your border ends. And so that when you're on the wrong side, you're going to be purling that center area. It will make your life so much easier. If you're not quite sure how to like keep track of your like what stitches are what. So yeah, so you can use this as like just a stitch marker, and until you get some stitch markers, if you don't